Jana.
Hey Dana.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm here doing probably the most exciting thing I'm going to do all week, which is our Rhode Island recap.
I am so excited to be doing this with you. Okay,
Me
guys, we're trying to be
too.
funny. I hope you guys are in on the joke now that Jana, Firestone, and I, so Pop Therapy and the Bravo Investigator podcast, are teaming up to recap Rhode Island every single week. That's right, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island with Jana Firestone and Dana Regan. We're so excited to be bringing this to you every single Tuesday.
Cannot wait. And there's literally nobody else I would rather be doing this with. You and I are fast friends. We've been podcasting together for a long time now and chat on the phone. We're in our DMs, we're WhatsApping all the time. So let's make this official.
Are you asking me to be your podcast partner for this particular collaboration?
I am. Do you accept?
I accept this rose. Or no, wait, what do they have in
Woohoo!
Rhode Island? What are they holding?
I think they're oyster
Clams.
shells, clam shells.
I, ew,
Do
I
you
do
accept
not want
this
to accept
clam?
your clam. Please
Maybe
don't
we
take
can
offense.
none taken whatsoever. We can totally gloss right over the clams.
Gloss over the clams. Okay, and you guys, this is going to be audio and video, so you'll be able to get it on my YouTube channel, The Bravo Investigator, and you'll also be able to get this on the Pop Therapy YouTube channel as well. Everything will be linked in our show notes. But we're so happy to be chatting with you guys today about Rhode Island. We're talking episode 4. What do you think of this
Yes.
show so far? Because I'm like obsessed.
I am so obsessed. I just feel like this is fast becoming the best show on Bravo. Like, I just think this has got everything that a classic cult hit Housewives show has.
Exactly. It's very natural from a bunch of
Mm,
people who have never done this before, right? Like, I feel like we always
yeah.
get that clunkiness of people who are new to this and they're trying to do something. But these people, especially even all the way from episode 1, I think you and I may have recapped this together and we talked about that because I really
Mm,
felt like these women, all the way to the end of the episode, just really felt just very naturally like we understand the assignment. Do you know what I mean?
yes. And also, I feel like, we often get introduced to new housewives, and it does just feel like, okay, they know what they're here for in a really inauthentic way, or they're here to like sell something, or they're trying to,
Yeah,
grow their following. But these people feel so genuinely themselves. I don't
right.
think they could be fake if they tried. And I'm talking about like the OG Rhode Islanders,
Yes.
like these women that have been in each other's lives their entire life. They have every part of their family and friendships are connected. They all went to school with each other, or their sisters or their brothers, or, everybody is so connected and so in each other's business that I think that would force them to be their real selves because they'll get called out. Like, people know them too intimately for them to be anything other than themselves.
And the other great thing about it is I feel like with shows like New Roni, they didn't know each other. So we had to sort of watch them get to know each other for a season. Here, like you said, they already know each other. They're already friends for the most part or have some sort of history. So we don't have to watch them get to know each other. They already have that history. And so we just get to come in at that perfect sweet spot
Yeah.
where we get to just learn them in their relationships. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. It's like we've just walked in to this current chapter of their lives, and we've got like there's enough kind of outsider influence with Ashley and Rosie that are kind of like new to Rhode Island-ish, and they don't have those really deep friendships. But I think that makes it really interesting to see them kind of navigate through this, terrain that is so well trodden with these other women
I
who they
think
know
it's so
every.
funny how they talk about if you're not from Rhode Island, it's
Yes.
suspect. Like what?
Yes.
That's so interesting.
Yes.
I've never
Yes.
heard of that in a
No.
state before. I've never been to Rhode Island.
No.
Have you?
Never. I knew nothing about this place. I had, the rumors at BravoCon when we were there in November, there was kind of talk that this was going to be amazing. I had little to no hope about this show. I'm like, oh my God, like isn't it going to be like Jersey? And I was so drained and done with Jersey that I just had no interest. And these women are just, they're the best parts of Jersey. They've got the length of, the depth of relationship that those Jersey women had, but
Mhm.
they're just like 10,000 times to me more interesting and more, I don't know, captivating. I just can't look away.
And they're deeper too, than you would think. Especially like as the
Mm,
episodes go on, I'm like, ooh, there's a lot more depth
yes.
here. Are you starting to be able to tell them apart more? Because at the beginning, I was just
Just
like,
this
I
week.
don't know.
Just yeah,
Just
the
this
first
week, you would say.
yeah, the first week I was like, "What? Hang on, who's this one again? Is that the weed one? Oh no, that's not the weed
But
one.
I'm
That's the
sorry,
run
Liz
over."
and Dolores. I'm sorry,
Oh,
are I? They are
how are they
twins.
not related? It's nuts. I mean, I
What?
know they share a surgeon, but that can't just be it.
No, is he making a joke though? Is he just putting her face
I
on
mean,
Liz because it feels like a practical joke?
seriously. Yes. We need to see some befores of Liz before
I,
this surgeon.
even some pictures of her, she looks quite different. Like in the pictures that they show of her with Dino, she looks completely different. Maybe it's,
Yes.
I mean, I look completely different the way I part my hair sometimes, the way I color my hair. You never know. Anyway,
True.
do you have like a favorite yet? Do you have like your
Um,
girl?
well, look, I feel like this week Alicia really stood out for me. And I have to say,
She's your baby bird.
yeah, she is. I really just want to like put her under my wing, but I know she
Yeah.
would bite occasionally. But I also, I mean, weirdly, I don't normally like this person on the show, but on like this character on these shows, but Joellen is really like, I'm loving her, like no bullshit, like I'm a bad girl kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I'm kind of here for it.
Okay, can we talk about Joellen for a second? So the whole thing with the sister. So the sister comes over to like take care of the family, including the husband, when she goes on a business trip. But
Yeah.
apparently she dated the husband in high school, but they didn't have sex, but he may have felt her boobs. Is
Yes.
that the same synopsis that you have of this?
Yes. I'm like, what is going
And I'm
on
sorry, the
here?
little dress she's wearing, it was giving Kristen Doty in
Yes.
the little green dress. And I'm like, or maybe it's
Totally.
because she was going to be on TV. Like, I don't know. But it was like, it kind of feels like you're dressing up for your sister's man.
100%. And like, I know that they have got the old school values in a lot of these dynamics in the way, same way that Jersey did. And there's a lot of like women aspiring to be wives as kind of like an end goal. But I would never in a million years go over to somebody's house and wash their husband's underwear unless they were like very unwell and needed somebody to help. If you're just going away on business for a couple of days, the laundry can wait.
Your brother-in-law. So that's how you need to put it in your head.
Yes.
Would you do that for your brother-in-law?
No. I didn't even
You
want to go and wash
sure?
my brother's underwear.
Okay.
100%, you know?
So then it's weird. Can you imagine they end up together and it's all, I mean, what wouldn't surprise us anymore in Bravo? Because I was going to say all under our noses, all under the cameras. And a lot of
Yes.
times, like, look at Lisa and Lenny, right? He had his hot mic moment in like season, stupid Zoom, and it's thumbs up. But
Zoom
so
agrees.
many of them come into the show with their
Yeah.
indiscretions already in tow. Sorry, that rhymed, Kelsey Grammer. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
this could be already like in the works.
I mean, how many of these people are coming in with indiscretions? Every week, more and more indiscretions, quote unquote, are being
Yep.
revealed. I mean, Ruler's husband is clearly misbehaving and continuing to. Everybody seems to know it. Everybody's talking about it. Why are we coming on a show with such an enormous skeleton in the closet like that?
it's not even in the closet. It's like those pictures
Yeah.
that they showed us, those were very
Yes.
vibrant pictures. They weren't grainy. I was able to see the
Yes.
whole girl, head to
Yes.
toe, H to T. It felt like
Yes.
this is a weird thing to put on TV. And she gave us like a moment, like when she first
Yeah.
came on screen to be like, oh, I don't know if I want to talk about this, but then talked about it. Also, she looks identical to someone that I used to work with named Sandy. And I just cannot get it out of my head. I had to go and like find pictures of her. I don't want to like invade someone's
Oh my
privacy and like
God.
post a picture, but
Yes.
I'm telling you, identical. I'll send you a picture later. It is
Wow.
wild. So it's really throwing me off. But like, I get like when you produce the children, it's like a
Yeah.
whole different thing, like she says. But like, this is embarrassing that you're bringing this to TV a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what? I'll give Mia from Summer House and Watch What Happens Live. What did you think was going to happen?
Yes.
Like,
I
what?
mean, you
This
cannot
is
be
a
that
weird thing to
naive.
bring to camera. What did you think was
Yes.
going to happen?
Yes. And it's not just to camera, it's literally every scene. It's being dissected by women, by, in groups of women. Alicia's entire family is sitting there giving her advice. So, they always say people come on these shows with these kinds of secrets to either, get out of the relationship, have their husband look at their behavior and try to fix the relationship, or, for them to kind of start to get something of their own to eventually move towards leaving. Like, I don't get what the end goal is here for her. Is it to get the world on her side? I think the world would be on her side regardless. Women would be supporting her with a piece of shit husband who's cheating on her so publicly.
But to come in with it, to know about it, then to get mad at the another woman to try to take away her job,
Yes.
I took that real personal, okay? Like
Yes, I
I
forgot
really,
about that
really didn't
scene.
like that. Um, which is such a bizarre thing to do for her husband too to get involved like that. And then her
Yeah.
husband is even kind of like a pussy because he wouldn't even like stand up for her. And like,
Yeah.
so he's sort of I know she's saying like behind the scenes he's sweet and he's loving, but I think we've all been there, right? Like you're talking about that honeymoon period. Of course, he's not really like that anymore, and that's okay, right? Not the cheating part, but
Hmm.
the part where it does change over time.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you caught it. I don't know if it was this episode or the last episode, but this is her second marriage. Did you catch that?
Yes.
Okay. So in her culture, it's already bad to get divorced, and we've already have a hint that she's been divorced. So I
Yes.
think no matter what, this guy could literally cheat on her with the lights on in their own bedroom in front of her. She will not divorce him because she cannot,
Yes.
like
She's already
above and
had that
beyond how
shame
a
on the
woman just
family.
cannot. Yeah, the shame.
Yes. Yeah, that is such a good point. I totally forgot
It
about that
has to
piece.
be that. That's her
Yeah.
secret divorce. She cannot have another divorce. Like, no way.
Well, here we go again. Like, how can you in 2026 be this naive about
The
reality
cultural thing.
TV
Yeah.
and not think these things are going to be discussed? Of course, the Bravo fans are going to go and find the ex-husband and expose the story, and eventually that will all come out and she'll have to address it. She's talked about it publicly. I'm sitting here in Australia talking about it. You're in Canada talking about it. This is a global show,
I
you
mean, do
know?
you think I'm not getting the vibe from her that she's like mad that people are talking about it? Like not like
Mm,
super mad, not in the same way that
yeah,
like Alicia
true.
gets mad when you like look at her sideways, right? Or the way
Yeah.
that Liz gets mad when you say a word. So
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know how she's reacting to the show right now, but
Mm,
she yeah, I'm very curious. And she'll be asked in interviews why she did it, and I'm curious
yeah.
what she'll say. But she's a good addition just because it's another
Yeah.
level of Delulu. And when he
Yes.
eventually cheats on her again, which he will, or continue to cheat on her, which he is, we'll get to see
Yep.
that play out. Ew, I'm sorry. I
I
know I feel
know.
ugly saying that, but like that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, we are now watching this kind of in the same way that we're
So
watching
messy.
Scamander. It's like we've been shown that, and the other women seem to be absolutely certain that this is continuing in present day. Like Joellen was sitting in front of both of them saying he is cheating on you.
You know what?
He's
I'm
cheating on you
surprised that she
now.
did that because like she was already so upset that they came to her work. I thought that she would just be like, I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
out of this right now. Like I don't even I just want my
Yeah.
apology and that's that. But Yeah, I'm surprised that she wants to get that much in the mix about it.
I know. I think she can't help herself. You know, she's just like, if she thinks something and she's convinced about something, then we're going to hear about it. I kind of like that about her, even if
Yeah,
it makes her look bad, even if it means her job's at risk, you know?
yeah.
But there are so many layers to all of these women that we're only just kind of starting to see. Like the relationship between Liz and, oh my God, I've now just gone blank on the sugar baby's name.
Dino? Oh, sorry, the
Yeah,
sugar baby, Kelsey. So yeah, so they
Kelsey.
share an ex, which is weird
Yes.
given
Yes.
their I can't really tell their age gap, but yeah, but it seems that Kelsey's relationship with Dino was more of one where she kind of feared him and he followed her around and
Yeah.
she felt super uncomfortable while he was sort of the protective sort of force for Liz in her
Yeah.
time when Jerry wasn't around, right? So that's really
Yeah.
interesting to have one
Yeah.
guy cause, fear in one person and to be like a savior to another in a way.
Yes. And I'd be really interested in your thoughts, given your work history and experience, you know, working with women who have been victims of terrible things. And it sounds like what she was alluding to was controlling and stalking and some pretty scary things that she's saying she has PTSD about. You know, how does one woman, how do you
How do you
reconcile
reconcile that?
the behavior that she's like Liz was sitting there going, I know, and I know your story, and it is different to mine, but I know that happened, and she's acknowledging it, which I was surprised by as well. I thought Liz
Yeah,
would double down in the protection of Dino,
which I
but
appreciate. Yeah,
yeah, I
that
really
she let her
liked
tell her
that.
story. I
Yeah.
I don't know how you reconcile that. I've never I mean, well, you know what? You know what? You'll hear that all the time when someone claims that they have been sexually abused. Their partner will say he is the most loving man in the world. He would never. So that's how, right?
Mm,
And I
yes,
don't know who's
true.
right or wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own experience, I
Yeah.
guess, but pretty
It's
wild, right?
interesting. And again, here they are laying such dirty laundry out on the line like this. You know, they're
Like it's
not holding
nothing.
back.
It's like it's
Yeah.
Sunday dinner.
Yes, dinner. I love it. But there's something like kind of like mafia vibes with a lot of these women, and there are even bigger secrets out there. There have to be. But
Yeah.
the number of women already talking about cheating and scandals, and every second conversation is about she used to date my ex or my brother, or like I
Okay,
hooked
wait.
up with her cousin.
There's another one. So wait, who used to date Alicia's boss? One of the women's
Um,
husbands. Oh, Rula cheated. Okay,
oh,
yeah, wait.
hang on.
Rula's husband was previously with um
Alicia's Spanish
Alicia's
teacher.
boss or Spanish teacher, thank
Yeah.
you, not boss, Spanish teacher cheated with Rula. So
Yes.
there's that.
As Dr. Phil used to always say, if he'll cheat with you, he'll cheat on you. And, that stuck with me from the 90s. And it seems to be like none of these women are concerned about that. There seems to have been a lot of, like even Kelsey was saying with Dino, there was kind of some overlap with her boyfriend. And I know they've got a different kind of arrangement, but there
But it was
seems to
10
be,
years ago, but they've been together for 10 years, so it sounds
yes,
like it was right at the beginning. Like very
yes,
interesting, right? So nobody's innocent. It sounds like nobody's innocent.
no,
And
yeah.
I love it.
Although it does feel like Ashley's sort of come into this
Yeah,
like
she's very innocent
wide-eyed, like,
and bushy
what?
tailed.
What? What? She's almost like the Charlie from, Southern Charm, just sitting there like mouth open at everything, like, what?
You
What?
guys are fighting and saying things
Yeah.
like this. I love it.
Yes.
But she's giving at least,
Yes.
right? And so
Yeah,
she's
she
still
is.
contributing.
She is. She is. And look, I'm a little bit still a bit too close to the chaos and fatigue of family life. So like when I see her baby ripping her earring off and eating her neck, I'm like, "Oh my God, like put the children away. I just need to let me hear the relationships. That's enough with the family. I need enough family, you
But
know?
still, it's so relatable. And like, I wonder what they're
Yes.
going to end up doing because it's very clear. It would be one thing if he was feeling fulfilled by Audrey's, but he's not.
Yes.
So eventually he has to choose. And when
Yeah.
she said, I don't know if it was in this episode or the last one, where she said, like, I feel like, even when he's not there, he's there. His mind is always there. This is
Yeah.
going to affect their marriage. Like, this has
Yeah.
to. So a change has to be made and they need
Hmm.
to make a decision, right? And it's not like he loves it so much. I just think he
Yeah.
doesn't want to fail, which I get, right? I think that's the only thing keeping him there. And I think that's why it might be easier for them if he decides to give it up, as opposed
Yeah.
to it being like his longtime love, like Schwartz and
Yeah.
Sandy's or something.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I don't want to spoil it for myself, so I haven't looked into whether he still has the cafe. But
I think he does.
does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I
Yeah,
follow
see,
him. Yeah, I think I saw
that's
it.
hard. It's
Yeah,
like
I
those are
know.
long hours. Those are, 7 days a week. How do you have a young family and still put in those kind of hours? I mean, especially as Ashley's saying, he could be making so much money on social media, which I think is also, it shows kind of his integrity as a person. He's not just trying to look for the quick buck. He actually
Yeah,
wants to make a success of something, as you were saying, and to
I
be
respect it.
putting in hard work. Yeah, I
Yeah.
respect that too. But it will be interesting to see how that unfolds. So, what do you think about Rosie?
She reminds me of someone. She's kind of like the Whitney Rose of this show. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? Because of the whole
yeah,
bus thing, but also like oh, I'm too pretty for this. I'm the sexy younger one. She sort of gives this vibe. I like her. I think she's fun.
mm,
But the whole idea that she and her husband were kind of wishy-washy on kids, it's just interesting that it seems to be most people have that conversation and have like a pretty standard decision on that before they go into marriage. And I'm surprised that they didn't because now they seem kind of screwed because it seems like he's
yeah,
sort of kind of pushing for it. But so interesting to hear her say that, like, oh, we tried before getting married because we just thought that's what we were supposed to do, not before marriage, but
yeah,
have a baby, right? And it is so ingrained in us to just do it to the point where it wasn't until she was trying where she was finally like, oh, why am I doing this? And I loved
yeah.
that reality sort of pulled her out of just do like certain steps. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. See, I don't know if I'm reading between the lines, projecting something here on her, but I feel like there's more to the story than she's really saying. And I think the fact that
Yeah.
they were trying for a year and the
Is that what she
fact,
said? A year?
yeah, she said we were
Okay.
trying for a year and didn't get pregnant. And then she found out she had PCOS and potentially endometriosis, which is a common story for a lot of women. And then she was like, so if we did want to have a baby, it would mean IVF. I would need to do hormones. And then we're looking at egg retrieval. And then that was going to be really invasive. And it all just seemed like too much. So I actually wonder how much of this is her genuine feeling about not wanting to have children, as I have friends that genuinely know for sure they don't want to have children. And it
Hi,
is,
nice to meet you.
yeah, you are one of them, right? And she, to me, as her therapist on the side here, I feel like there's a bit of defense mechanism, self-protection going on. And I'm not sure how much of it is truly she didn't want to have a kid, or it's like, well, it was really hard. I've discovered these medical issues now. Having a baby now is not going to be easy for me. And do I want to put myself through all of that? Maybe it's just easier just to not, you know?
No, I see what you're saying, but you know what came to my mind when you said that? I thought of Khloe Kardashian coming up with all of these excuses way back when with Lamar, and it turns out we didn't know what was going on at home. So it really could be so
Yes.
many things if you think about it, right? Like we don't know
Yes.
her childhood. We get a little more from who is it now? Is it Alicia who explained that like
Hmm.
5 out of 6 of the women and her family are divorced and her parents are divorced.
Yeah.
And that is one of the big reasons that she doesn't want to get divorced. Actually, can we move on to her? Because her
Yeah.
husband, like, what the fuck? She
Yeah.
has been with him 11 years, has a daughter with him. They aren't married because he's not willing to put her in like the prenup, like, and
Yeah.
give her nothing. And they have this business, Pizza Mama. Is that what it was called?
Yes.
That's so cute, like Baby
Yes.
Mama and Secret Life.
Yes.
And like she is given the ideas. It's like Loverboy with the limoncello, right? I hate to give Amanda any credit,
Yes.
but that was
Mm-hmm.
Amanda's idea. And it just really
Mm-hmm.
feels like she breaks down here and she's just like,
Yeah.
she wants to tell him, like, you make me feel like I don't matter, like I'm not valuable. And it's like, what the
Yes.
fuck? I want to call him Bill. I assume his name is
Totally.
Bill, but it could be something else. But Bill, what the fuck?
Yes. And
Is it Bill?
twice in Billy, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Am I right? Okay.
Yeah,
Feels
you're
like a Bill.
right.
All men are named
Yeah.
Bill. My dad's name is named Bill,
Well, I bet
by
your
the
dad
way.
wouldn't do this, by the way. It just feels, yeah, twice in two separate scenes, she talked about feeling worthless.
So
And
sad.
it is awful. And I cannot imagine being with someone for 11 years, having their child, the way they're talking about him not putting her on the title and all of that, it sounds like they've been together for 6 months or a year and, he's just trying to protect his assets. Like, what on earth is somebody thinking over a decade in with a child and like doesn't get bigger as a commitment than having a child with someone? Why wouldn't you want to protect your child and give them the security of knowing that their mother feels safe and worth her value?
I mean, I wouldn't
It's,
want to marry him for all these reasons, aside from, all of her fears of, seeing so much divorce in
yeah,
her family. Like, I don't know about this guy. I feel like I need to get more on like what the
yeah,
deal is here, but it just really makes me feel sad for her. But I also want to know why she doesn't work. I know that she doesn't. And so she hates taking money from him and asking for money from him, which I would totally understand. And
yeah,
she's jealous of like Rula, for example, who has such financial independence. But
yeah,
why? Like, if I were her, then I would be like, trying to either work or secretly work or trying to find a little nest egg or start
yeah.
to create one to start my exit. You know what I'm saying? In case I
Well,
ever need to.
I wonder if it comes down to her self-worth. I think, didn't she
Oh,
mention she didn't
yeah.
go to college? And
It's so
so
hard to tell them
maybe,
apart. So at the
I
beginning, I
know,
don't know who was who, but so I don't
yeah,
remember.
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, guys out there, but I feel like potentially she made a comment about not having gone to college. And so I wonder if there's this thread for her all the way through of, having to rely on her looks and her personality and not actually feeling that intrinsic value that Rula was talking about in terms of what she could bring to a business or to a career of some kind. Like, we all know you don't have to go to college to get a career. Like, you can be creative and successful and all of the things in your own way without a piece of paper from a college. So,
And he's
I
not
would love,
validating that for her by giving
yeah,
her like, hey, the I don't know what kind of titles there are in pizza, but like creative
yeah,
director of Pizza Mama, right? Like, give
yes,
her something to show her that you really value her in this
yeah,
establishment. It's just I don't know. I don't know what's going on there,
yeah.
but I don't like it.
I
I'm
have to
not a fan.
say, I'm not looking at many of these men so far and being like, wow, they're all a little
Jared,
bit.
Jared,
Which one?
Jared
Who's
Haybon,
Jared?
that's
Oh,
Ashley's husband.
Jared. Of
Yeah.
course, yeah. He's really the only one so far that I'm like, you know what? That's a good guy. And I
Yeah.
remember watching him on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. And, I wasn't even that blown away by him then, but I'm really impressed by what I'm seeing of him in the
Listen,
snippets that we're getting here.
listen. As far as men go, we got, got our losses. And you know what? He's pretty okay. He's pretty
He
okay.
is.
Okay.
He is.
I'm
Yeah.
going to give him that.
Let's give him
He
that.
does
Let's
the
give him
bare
that.
minimum that men should do. And I'm going to give him his chops for it. Okay. Thank you, Jared.
Oh my God, the bare minimum is at the bar. Oh my goodness. The Bravo bar is
The
pretty low these days, let's
Bravo
be
bar.
honest.
Oh, it's so weird to see
But
them in Bravo though, but now they're moving a few. Like
yeah,
now, so Sally was originally from Bachelor Nation, Sally Carson,
yes.
and then Whitney Franzway, who was like barely in Bachelor Nation, is going to be on In the City, and then we have Ashley
Okay.
I on Rhode Island. So I love the
Yeah.
shift. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, look, a lot of them, so many of them have been on other reality shows, and our Vanderpump Boys and the new version have been on all the things. Charlie's boyfriend, what's his name? Justin.
Ew.
Ew, he's
I'm
been on
like,
all the
ugh. I'm
things,
like, oh.
you know. No, I don't get that either, but let's not lose our way.
Yeah.
Um, but I just feel like generally these men, excuse me, are just not giving me anything that I'm like, wow, I'm not seeing what these women are seeing yet.
No, but you know what? It's funny. I mean, I know we're podcasting, so that's why we're talking about it. But if we weren't, I wouldn't even be thinking about the men, which is how it
Yeah.
should be, you know? You know how in
Yeah.
Jersey they're so upfront and center and you're getting scenes with like Frank Sr. and Joe and I like that the men are more behind the scenes here, even though this is a
Yes.
Jersey vibe of show. I don't
Yes.
mind. I mean, we did have that little like the men are speaking episode where they were talking about Joe Ellen's work or whatever, but like yeah, like that wasn't
Yeah.
okay, you guys. And we should be talking about it. But other than that, this is about the women, so I'm okay with them more on the back
Yeah.
burner or us not. I mean, they even if they seem awful, it may be because we don't really know them that well yet. But like I
Yeah.
said, nobody's innocent because every time you see like, we're like Kelsey's boyfriend is not here half the time, he's with another girl, but she's with another guy. So like what am I supposed to say, right?
Yes.
I want to be a
Exactly.
girl's girl, but like
Yeah. And if she's happy and she's clearly comfortable bringing the other boyfriend on screen, so it's obviously okay.
wild. Wild.
Wild.
I
Well,
love
and
it.
again, he was another one. I was like, really? That's the guy? Okay.
He
Like,
looked like Zach Affleck a little
yes,
bit with the very
totally.
white blonde hair and the white
Yes.
blonde skin.
And the kind of like muscle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, really? I mean, all of these women, I think, are so interesting on their own. They bring so much to the table. And as we said before, I just feel like we're scratching the surface. And I just think we are going to get like fireworks on this show. And I don't mean, the fighting and whatever. I think we've got really strong characters who have really interesting backstories and like we said, they're actually connected to each other. What do you think about Dolores being on the show? Do you think she's necessary?
I don't think she ended up being necessary, but I don't mind it because we love her. But she and
Mm,
Liz are so similar that it's hard. It made sense to have like this sort of what do we call it? Like a transitionary character. It's so weird to talk
yeah,
about real people in this way, but to be a transitionary character in the way that West is supposed to be the transitionary character for this new Ozarks for the Summer House. I don't know if you heard
yeah.
about this, but it's
Hmm.
supposed to bridge one show to the other, like Sheena bridged Beverly Hills to Vanderpump Rules. So it made sense. But the characters just ended up being so clear cut and good on their own. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
And because two
yeah.
of them look so much alike, it really just does cause more grief for us, to be quite honest.
Yes,
I have to watch the scenes where I'm just like, wow, 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 wow. It's like I'm playing
yes,
like tennis, ping pong, ping pong.
totally.
I can't believe it. It really is wild. But
Yes.
I love to see her. I love to see a familiar face, especially when we haven't seen her in a couple of years, like on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I just was, yeah.
What do you feel
I
about it?
feel like, as you say, I think the characters stand on their own. And even though the first couple of episodes, I was like, who is that? And which one is that? Hang on, hang on. I thought we was the, but I am starting to tell them all apart now. And it is more than two. Like they really, honestly, there are like many pairs throughout the group that look like each other.
Yeah.
And we haven't really seen that before where we're watching a show where everybody is the same. Like that
Well,
just doesn't
Secret Lives,
exist.
that was like a thing. The
True.
same
Actually,
hair, but they
that's
did it on
true.
purpose.
That's true.
Well,
And they all have the same
yeah,
surgeon too, probably.
probably. I mean, I don't know. I'm here for it. Especially now
Yeah.
I can tell them enough apart, and it just shows that I'm getting to know each character separately.
Yes. Fat
It's
Carrie
working.
Bradshaw, you know Fat Carrie
Yeah.
PHAT,
Yeah.
on Instagram did a really cute video today
Did he?
um about that, about the lookalikes. Highly recommend going to have a little look at that. He nailed it. Like this one is not this one, but does this and does that. This one is not this
Oh, that
one.
sounds so
Like
funny.
really, really cute.
You
Yeah.
know what? Remember at the beginning, Salt Lake City, it was really hard to tell Lisa and Meredith apart. So it took us
Yes.
some time, but now, like, what are you even talking about? So,
Yes, totally. So I feel like the drama from Liz's party just kind of washed over pretty quickly. Like we left her pretty drunk and screaming and going crazy at Kelsey. And then episode 4 comes in and we're just cleaning out the boat and we're just kind of over it. And there were little hints of conversation. The reason I asked earlier, like, what do you think about Rosie, was I feel like part of her role as well is like the messy one who's probably the producer's pet a little bit. So the producers might have been like, okay, we're all sitting together at the rail thing, having the fire, and everyone's getting along. It's a little bit kumbaya. Rosie, why don't you go and mention what Alicia said about Liz? And then we got some fireworks again. And you could sort of see, like, I was just looking at Rosie's, the glint in her eyes. She almost couldn't, like, hold back the smile when she was saying it.
okay, I had to watch that scene 3 times because I was still just trying to be like, what did she do wrong? Is it just the glint or did she actually say something? Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But you know what? I actually think that Alicia's the producer's pet because, like, I'm sorry, when they were playing that
Mm.
game last week and the way she asked the question to Liz, like, are you having an affair or
Yes.
something? Just the tone. You
Yes.
having the affair or something? Like, it just felt very like,
Yes.
and then she apologized for saying it. It felt like someone forced her to say it. So I don't know. Rosie more
Mm.
so. I don't know if it's a producer's pet, but like I'm trying to think of who would encourage her. I picture her with like a devil and like an angel on her shoulders and not a producer's pet, but I feel like she's self-producing. Like she thinks that that would be
Mm.
something.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're probably right there. There's a little bit of Sheena in her for me, and
Yes.
you know, there's a little bit of try hard. There's a little bit of like,
And you
wanting
know
to
who I
be.
am, even though we don't know who you
Yes,
are.
no idea. And she keeps calling herself a former journalist. Like, was she a weather girl? You know? Okay,
There's all these
journalist
rumors
it
about
is.
her. I'm like, why would there be rumors about you though?
Yes,
Are you
exactly.
that famous? Because I've never heard
Yeah,
of her. If she's
yeah,
calling, was she not the one that called Ashley I famous in the first episode? Because if you're calling
yes,
Ashley I famous, like I LOL'd a
yeah,
little. Just like it's just
yeah.
cute.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. So it's like she's the one who's like trying to get somewhere, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
And the others feel very established in their lives and their
that makes
status
sense.
and their position in their community. And she is, an
She's our
outsider.
Demi. She's our troublemaker.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
could be. Could be.
because she doesn't really have. Does she have a kid? Does she have
No.
a kid? No, okay. She doesn't really have like huge roots. You know, she has her
Yeah,
husband, right? But she doesn't have huge roots. She doesn't really know what she wants to do, like even kids
yeah,
wise. She's just starting this show. I don't know if she was doing TV anymore or she's doing something differently right now. I was a little confused about
yeah.
that whole thing.
Was she
But
making her own like YouTube show or something with 30 followers, somebody said? Remember? Or it's
that's
like
it.
it's had 33 views and one of them was just
Oh,
mine. Do you remember?
I remember that part. Yeah.
Where did we
But
see that? Was that on the show or was that on an after show? Or I don't
wasn't
know.
sh
I can't remember.
I was watching the after show as well. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so interesting what they decide is worthy of an after show. Like,
Yes.
why not Summer House? It would have been the perfect. Oh my
Yes.
God, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yes.
That would have
Seriously.
tided us over.
Oh my
I don't know if we need it
God.
for this show. No offense to this show. I like this show. I just don't know that we
No.
need it.
It doesn't need the further breakdown of things yet. Like, I feel like we're getting enough juice out of everything to feel satiated and be like, oh my God, this is
Yes.
great. I don't
Yeah.
need to like understand something more. Like, it's making sense. And I
Yeah.
feel like things will be revealed as time goes on,
Um,
you know?
two great personalities are Liz and Alicia, how they can just pop off about literally nothing, like a word or a
Yes.
look, and then be able to go completely crazy, come right back down to zero again and act like it never happened. That is what you
Yeah.
need in order to be a
Yeah.
true reality TV star. We've seen both of them do that in the same episode, one at the beginning,
Yeah.
one at the end. And I feel like that's really important. It's true brilliance. You literally have Alicia saying to Rosie at the end there, like, I'll never speak to you again. You're disgusting. I hate you. I'll never
Yeah.
look your way. You're a witch. I want you to die. I'm just making words up now,
Yeah.
but like she really said some crazy stuff that she's like,
Yeah.
okay, I love you. Come here, giving her a hug.
Yes.
I'm like,
Wild. I was like,
whoa.
don't forgive
What
her
were
that
some of the
quickly.
things
I
she
haven't
said? Did you
forgiven her.
write it
Come
down? I
on.
was just like, the things she's saying
You're
are
a
crazy.
snake. Yeah. Yeah. You're a snake. Oh, I love ya. I'm a flip-flopper, but I just think, you know, two things came up about that was really interesting. One, oh, sorry, I think my camera's died. Hang on.
What do
One
you
sec.
mean? Oh, is it a
Sorry.
separate camera?
Yeah, hang on. Here we
Uh,
go. I'm coming back.
I'm
Um,
coming back.
am I? Maybe I'm not.
It's like, no. You might have the cover
No.
on. Do you have the camera cover on?
Yeah, I'm
There
just
you go.
changing cameras. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. Um, two things I thought were really interesting about those two women and their explosions. One, I feel like both of them were rooted in fear. You know, Liz's reaction was totally freaking out that something was going to become uncovered. I feel like Kelsey, I think there probably is something more to the relationship with Dino, whatever it is. And whether it's just an inappropriate closeness, maybe something did happen, but Kelsey knows. And I feel like Liz was worried maybe something was going to get exposed, or she doesn't want this to even be a storyline because people are already talking about it and she just wants to move on because she and Dino are still connected in some way. And I feel like Kelsey will take her secrets to the grave. And I feel like
Mhm.
Kelsey was actually looking out for her and being like, babe, there are
Totally.
cameras. Like, I don't know if
Totally.
that's a good idea right now. Like, just because of, that felt like it was a protective thing, not
Totally.
a shit stirring thing. But I also really liked that Dolores was like, you were having a menopausal moment, you know? And it was like, yeah, like I can't tell if Liz is like 58 or like 42. And the
And
same
the
with,
slurry way that she talked, it's like she's drunk all the
yeah,
time. I don't know. It's
yeah,
hilarious. It makes me laugh. I don't know if I should be laughing.
I know.
Find out it's like something, but like I think it's
Yeah.
adorable. I love it.
Yeah. I know I love it too. And
I don't
but I
know
feel
what.
this kind of feel the same way about Alicia. Like I can't tell if you're like 48 or if you're like 37, you know?
Yeah,
So like hormones could be at play here. The rage, we're quicker to rage, and
fair
then
enough.
we're moving on, you know? But it's
But
perfect
like
for
I
reality
said, that's
TV.
that's what you have. That you have to be
Yeah.
able to do that for reality TV. If you're not able to just
Yeah.
like get over it and move on, you can't be here. You
Yeah.
can't sit with us.
Totally, totally. I mean, I feel like they're kind of like the anchors of the show, and the others are solid and important, but I feel like those two are really the central figures,
Yes.
and they're like the godfathers, and
Oh my
everyone
God, I
else
was
is
totally gonna say that Liz reminds me of like the godmother, right? Like in
yes,
this way, this like Italian godmother. Um,
yes,
and when the other ladies were talking about her being intimidating, I'm like, yeah, she is intimidating. She does
yeah,
give off this vibe. She's so
yeah,
fascinating. I'm so intrigued. I can't wait till she starts doing interviews. I'm very
yes,
curious. Yeah.
yes, totally. I know. I just yeah. To me, this show is like I am looking forward to this every single week. There's like I just want more and more and more. And do we know how many episodes are in this season? Do you know?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it. I hope usually they do shorter seasons for first seasons. I mean, we got what, like
Yeah.
8 or 9 episodes with the Valley Persians now, but I think this is different. I think they put a lot more money into this. I think this is a full, I'll look into it. I don't know.
Yes.
I
I've
was
just,
expecting a full like 21 episodes, but I don't know where I'm getting that from. I'm just making that up.
I would love
21
21
episodes and
episodes.
3 reunions.
Yes, totally. I mean, there is so much already. You could have a reunion already with everything that's kind of been uncovered.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
there was something about next week that looked explosive. I can't remember what it was. Was it more cheating allegations of somebody? Probably.
Um, my Hey You always cuts that off. I would try to remember. It was
Ah,
like I got the start of something, but yeah, it always cuts it off, which is really annoying. But at least I
yeah.
get to watch a little bit early. Oh, and you almost seem to get it to watch it almost like a day early. It's almost like you get screeners just because of the time zone that you're in, which is so cool. It's like
Do
you're
I really
watching
get
it.
them before you?
Well, technically, I mean,
Technically.
technically, just because of
Yeah.
where you live, the time is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True. I mean, oh my God, I love it. Yeah. I just think all of these characters, I love the aunties. I love, like,
Oh, yes.
like there's just so many layers. And I just think this show is just going to be a wild ride.
I concur. Well, Jana, I'm so excited to be going on this Rhode Island journey with you, not physically, but virtually. And I
Me
hope you
too.
guys will join us for the ride. We'll be talking about this together every week, breaking down the ladies, the drama, one thing I have to mention before we go, pizza
Yeah.
chips. Pizza chips?
Yes.
That is not a chip. What
That is not a
is that?
chip. Is
That's
that
the
just like a
dough
focaccia
and the
base?
sauce. No,
Yeah.
ew. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm with you. It was just like, what was that? A mini pizza that's undressed.
No. I
No,
I'm so confused by it. There's nothing about that that's appealing. Like
no.
we do pizza bagels, we do pizza bread here. Like it's all those things, but like with the cheese, right? Like with the cheese.
Yeah.
Not
You
just
need
that is
cheese.
so weird. And that's not a chip. It's not
No.
even something you'd want to eat, especially something you'd want to bring to a beach
Yeah. I mean, they
because it's
were
got the
soft, right?
wetness, right? You got the wet
Yes.
on top, which is attractive to the sand.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Or is it like if they, baked it so it's like a crunchy chip, maybe, but it's not,
Ugh.
right? It's just like a
How can you
focaccia
ruin
base.
pizza?
I know. I know.
Rhode Island ites, don't yell at me for this. Wait, what are they called? Rhode Island
I
people?
don't know. I just go back to
Okay.
clams.
Okay, we're gonna get in so much trouble for calling them Rhode Islandites. Okay, you guys join us here
Oh,
every single Tuesday. We'll be breaking it down on the Bravo Investigator podcast and
pop therapy with Jana Firestone.
see you guys next week.
See you later.
Thank you for listening to Pop Therapy with Yana Firestone.
And the Bravo Investigator podcast with Dana Regan.